This is me, and last year before going on holiday to Italy, my goal was to try and stay as fit and active as possible, but as you can see, I've quite clearly failed. Too many pizzas, only one run, which was limited by the fact that I caught an illness from the swimming pool and a lot of fitness lost. And this year I'm back, travelling to the beautiful Croatia, but this time round I'm more determined to not lose fitness and keep active whilst enjoying myself. Now dear viewers, you yourself may find yourself in a similar situation where you are travelling abroad and you too have a fit and active lifestyle which you want to keep as much as possible whilst having a great time. Well, if that's you, why don't you stick around to see how I achieved my aims, and while you're at it, why not drop a cheeky subscription to the channel. Let's get into the video. Yo, what's good guys, it's your boy Matthew here, and we've currently woken up from the alarm. It's 3 AM because we've now got to get ready to go to the airport. I've only had 4 hours sleep, but you've got to do what you've got to do to get to Croatia. And while I'm here, I'm going to explain the concept of this video for you. Basically, there'll be two things which I'll be studying and monitoring. First of all, my health, everything that I eat and drink, and also my fitness. Any activities which I do, which could be anything such as running, walking, swimming, basically anything. And then I'm going to notify you of any challenges I have and how I conquered them. But first of all, to get me started for today, I've gone for some nice healthy sugar puffs. Let's get to the airport. So we're currently inside of the airport and I've gone for a nice and healthy option. A meal deal from WHS Smith, a Snicker bar, a sandwich with egg and bacon, getting the protein in, and a Lipton iced tea. So yeah, good way to start off the holiday. So we are on the plane now, and the past the 3 hour time I have been delivered a pizza tryst with pepperoni on it. Look how lovely that looks. Alright guys, after 11 hours of travelling, I can now officially say that I have arrived at a hotel in Strava now. Well, I think that's how you pronounce it anyway. That's what the American dude off YouTube said. And if not, I'm going to look like an idiot for the rest of this video. But today has felt like a long day, but we're finally here. It's 3 o'clock. I haven't had any lunch yet. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to get dressed into some new clothes, have a shower, and then go and get some food. So we are back from the supermarket, and let's just say Croatian supermarkets are definitely different to English ones, and for lunch today I'll definitely say it's a healthy option. So I've got this apple and grape juice here, I've got this raisins pastry here, this protein cookie here, this cornbread, ham and some pretzels. So definitely a great start to the holiday so far. Today is a Sunday, and for me Sundays is normally long run days, but as I've just arrived and I don't know the streets very well today, I probably won't be going for a run, but instead I'll be going for a swim in the sea. So yeah, because of that and how far we've travelled today I'm just going to go for a swim as my exercise. And I suppose swimming does benefit me as it uses different muscles which I do not normally use. Alright ladies and gentlemen, as you can see from my hair, I'm now back from swimming in the sea. I can say to you now that I thoroughly enjoyed it today, and there is many positives which I can bring out of it. First of all, the swimming does bring variety, and it does keep me motivated during the holiday. And once again, especially in those back muscles, I was using different muscles which help strengthen muscles which I do not normally use. I'll definitely go for a few more swims in this holiday, as it is relaxing, enjoyable, and it does exercise you. So if you do have a swimming pool or the ocean for your usage, then I do thoroughly recommend that you use it at least once or twice on your holiday. Tonight I'm going to explore the promenade, find somewhere to eat, and overall gain a basis of the streets, so for the future I know where to run without getting lost. So last night I went for a walk along the promenade. I stopped off at this pizza restaurant.
I know you may think that this isn't healthy, and to be honest with you, it isn't. I wasn't really the one that wanted to go there. I was kind of forced to, and if it was me, I wouldn't have gone there. However, apart from that, at the end of day 1, I'm quite happy with my progress so far. A good and positive start. Good morning everyone, and welcome to day 2 of the holiday. So I've woken up early this morning, and today I'm going to go for my first run of the holiday. I still don't know the streets that well, but today I'm going to go for a steady tempo run, not too hard because I still am getting used to the heat here. It is already 26 degrees, but I guess I've just got to wing it. So yeah, the one way I'm going to combat the heat in this holiday is to try and go for my runs as early as possible. Let's get to the run. Alright guys, the run is completed. I'll put the Strava up here. It was a nice and steady pace, and considering the heat, I felt quite good. But yeah, I did find a nice shaded piece to get away from the sun. So for breakfast this morning, I've got a vanilla croissant and 2 apricots, and after that we're going to head down to the swimming pool. The swim is now completed, and we headed back to the supermarket, and we've brought these. A very healthy lunch with some salad leaves, ham and bread. What I do this afternoon? More swimming.
Oh my god, bro. Oh hell no, man. What the fuck, man?
So yeah, one of the best things to do when it's so hot is simply go swimming. You cool yourself down, and at the same time you get yourself exercising. Tonight I'm gonna head down to a restaurant and go for a little bit of a walk. I'll see you at the restaurant. So at the restaurant I had these chicken wings which had lots of protein on, so definitely another healthy meal for me. And then after the meal we went for another walk along the promenade. Alright guys, so we're back in the apartment now. I'm just going to quickly summarise the first 2 days for you all. I think we've had a good start with all the meals we've had so far. Definitely more healthy compared to Italy last year. So far we've got the 1 run completed, and over the next week I'm hoping to build on that and go for more runs. In fact, I've seen that there's a track in Dubrovnik which I may visit on Wednesday. But yeah, a good start so far, and something which I will definitely want to be maintaining. Today is day 3 of the holiday, but today it's not just day 3, it's also my birthday. And because of that, today we are travelling to Montenegro. But the thing is, we're going to be doing a lot of walking today, I can tell you that now. Today the birthday breakfast is some peach and some watermelon. And of course, a vanilla croissant. So I started off by visiting the island of the Our Ladies of Rocks, which was followed up by heading off to the town centre of Kotor. And from there I had a nice and healthy lunch of a spaghetti bolognese. Delicious and healthy on my birthday. This was then followed up by some ice cream rolls. Then after the trip we headed back along the promenade, where I treated myself to the occasional pizza. This was pork and mushrooms. For dessert I had this bubble tea. I'm not entirely sure what was in it, but I really enjoyed it. A solid 10 out of 10, which I highly recommend for you. So overall, today wasn't the most active day in terms of exercise, but that was because of the trip which we were on, and in total we spent over 8 hours on the coach. However, tomorrow me and Connor have something planned which is to do with the gym, and as I've just turned 16, I'm now allowed in there. So, let's go to tomorrow. Welcome to day 4 of the holiday, the official halfway point. So I've just got up, and just like I said last night, we are now heading to the gym. So originally what I was planning to do was 16k in tribute of our birthday, but when I got there I realised that there was actually a lot of people in the gym. So instead of hogging the treadmill, I decided to do a tempo 10k instead. I started off by warming up on the indoor cycling machine, which I thought actually was a really effective method of warming up.
This is definitely something I'll consider doing in real life in the future. After this, I then headed on the treadmill for the Tempo 10k, and surprisingly it was also really warm in the gym. But I managed to push through, and now I'll put the Strava on the screen. And then I headed back down to the indoor cycling machine for the warm down. So I've got back from the gym now, and I'm here with my breakfast, another vanilla croissant. I then had some watermelon, before then having this frondy snack, which is like a churros with vanilla cream inside of it. I really liked the gym today as it was something different, and also the indoor cycling machine was a very good way of cooling down, which is something which I'll definitely invest in the future, not just on holiday. We've now headed down to the sea for a swim to cool off after our run. So, coming back from the swimming pool, I popped by this local bakery and I picked up a sausage roll, and I also got some Fanta. After my sausage roll, I've now got some salad, ham, bread and tomato with me. A nice and healthy lunch. So for dinner, I've got this sausage pesto which was kindly cooked up by my mum. Another healthy meal throughout the holiday. Welcome to day 5 of the holiday, and today I'm going to go for what is probably the most hardest run I have done so far. So on Google Maps, I found a track located in Dubrovnik, and today we're going to be taking the bus there to do a track session. So the session which I'm planning on doing is a pyramid session, starting with 100 off, 100 on, going to 200 off, 200 on, 400 off, 400 on. You get the gist of it. It goes all the way up to 800 and back down again. Also, there's a little bit of wind today, so I'm hoping that it won't be too warm. Still, I've got to have plenty of water to keep me hydrated to power me through the track session. Another thing I'd like to point out before we get there is that this is actually quite a unique track, because 300 meters of it's on gravel, whereas only 100 meters is actually on tarmac. But a track is a track, and I'm going to do a track session there. So breakfast this morning, we're starting off with some watermelon, followed up by some peach, and then some apricot. And then followed up by this vanilla croissant. We started off by taking the bus to Dubrovnik, and from there we took a short walk from the bus station to the stadium to arrive. If anybody was wondering, this track does have public access. So my first impressions of the track is that the gravel has lots of stones on, which will be challenging to run on. However, this will bring its own unique perspective to the course. We're going to start things off by doing a 1-lap warm-up. So the first half of the session is complete, and now we're going to go back down the pyramid, starting with 400 off, then 400 on. So the track session is now completed, and we have arrived at the beach. Taking in the conditions with the heat and the terrain being 300 meters on the gravel and 100 meters on the tarmac, I felt really good. So I'm very pleased with a solid effort today. To be honest with you though, the 300 metres on gravel wasn't too bad as it looks on the photos. But yeah, overall I'm really pleased with my effort today, and now we are going to the beach for a well-deserved swim.
Oh, it's bloody freezing.
No, it's not. For lunch, we went into the town centre of La Pad where we had this incredibly healthy salad with tomato, lettuce, cucumber and pepper in it. And from here we walked back along the promenade, back to the bus station where we went back to the hotel, and from here I headed back to the gym where I headed onto the indoor cycling machine. On the cycling machine I did an easy 17k as terms of active recovery. For me, recovery is just as important as the session itself, because it's all good putting in the good work, but if you end up getting injured because you didn't recover properly, all that hard work will be undone. And for me, the cycling machine is a good way of recovering. After this, we headed back along the promenade for a healthy dinner of some spaghetti bolognese, getting those carbohydrates in. Now, Friday is usually my rest day, but because I took one on my birthday, today I headed back to the gym in the hotel to go for an easy run on the treadmill. I ended up doing 10k, and for me going on the treadmill is such a good way of getting runs in the holiday, because it allows for you to avoid the heat of the sun. Another advantage of using the treadmill over the holiday is that you won't have a chance of getting lost on streets which you do not know, plus you will not have to worry about traffic and any cars. After the treadmill I headed back onto the indoor cycling machine for a quick 5k to release the lactic acid out of my legs. So I'm back from the gym now, and for breakfast today I'm having some watermelon, apricot, peach and this chocolate and vanilla croissant. After this we then headed down to the swimming pool where I completed this 1000 metre swim. So for lunch today I'm having this Croatian pizza slice along with some salad leaves and this tomato. After lunch we took the water taxi back to Dubrovnik to the old town, and from here we walked along the city walls. With this came a lot of steps, which definitely gave us a lot of elevation for today. So tonight for dinner, after a busy day walking on the city walls, I'm treating myself to this bacon burger, which has bacon, beef, tomato, lettuce and onion inside of it, with chips on the side. Welcome to day 7 of the holiday, and today is unfortunately the last full day. But yeah, I've got to make most of things. On Saturdays I'd normally do the park run, so that'd be 5k, but in the resort I'm staying at, there really isn't much space to get a 5k in. So instead what me and Connor are doing is this hill session along this 400 metre straight. The session will look something like going up hard, going back easy, recovery like ×3, and then doing that a few times. But yeah, I'll show you what I've done when I come back. Alright everyone, so we're back from our run now, and whilst I'm having my breakfast, which is watermelon, peach and apricot, I'll explain what type of session we ended up doing. Second part of the session is another chocolate and vanilla croissant. So I have very mixed feelings about the session we did today. We started off by doing Connor's session, which was 400 metre sprints up this hill, but we soon realised that that was way too hard to do with the heat. After that we tried to do something else, where we did another one of Connor's ideas, which was bursts at these lampposts, but again the terrain was quite uneven, and at this point I was struggling a lot.
At this point we did around 4k, which was around half point of the session, and then that's when I came up with my idea of the session I wanted to do. So basically, along the promenade I found this short 100 metre sprint, which was on this really nice and flat even bit. So what we did is, we did 100 metre sprints in one direction, and then coming back the other 100 metres, we did that bit as recovery, and then we repeated that. In between that time we had a quick water break, and then coming out for the second half of the session I felt a lot stronger, a lot better than before. So overall it felt like we had two different sessions in one. The first one I did struggle a lot on, but coming into the second half I felt a lot better. But yeah, we managed to get it done, so overall it's mixed feelings, but at least we got it done.
I'd like to point out that my burst session was a very good session. Matthew just didn't want to do it because he's stubborn.
After breakfast we went back to the swimming pool for a little swim, and then after that we headed to the sea where we went on this paddle boat. Now paddling was quite hard work, but jumping off into the sea was quite fun and enjoyable. After that we munched down on some Frondy snack before having some lunch. For lunch today I have this nice and healthy roll which contains ham and tomato inside of it. This afternoon I spent pretty much all of it sunbathing, enjoying the last of the Croatian sun. So the last meal of the holiday, and I thought I'd treat myself to this pizza which has sausages, ham, salami and onions on them. And after this, I enjoyed my last bubble tea of the holiday. Welcome to day 8, the official last day of the holiday. By the end of today, I'll be back in the UK. So I've got to take the bus back to the airport at 9:40, and I've actually woken up quite early today. It's currently 6:40. Which means I've got roughly 3 hours and enough time to fit in one final run. Now, I've had a very busy week, and yesterday on Saturday I had a hard run. So today what I'm going to do is just an easy, gentle run to get the miles in. So we are back from our run now, got the 10k done, and to be honest with you, I felt really strong. It was nice and easy, but I felt really strong and comfortable, so I'm extremely happy with my effort today. Also, I think I can finally say that I'm getting used to the heat, but the ironic thing here is that this is sadly my last run in Croatia. I guess the only thing left to do now is to have my last breakfast in Croatia. So today for breakfast, I have these apricots alongside these peaches, and with this spumante flavoured croissant, which translates from Italian to bubbly Rhine, which I think is correct. And after an extremely long day of travelling, flying with delays and boredom, and also this delicious ham roll, we landed back in England. Finally, I am back in my own house, but before I end this video, I want to give you my quick summarisation on how I felt the holiday went. So, first things first, did I stay healthy? Quite simply, yes. I think I was quite successful. But why? Well, if I was to compare myself to Italy last year, I really do think I've ate more healthy. Less pizzas and more healthy dishes, such as spaghetti bolognese. I also didn't eat out every night, and I did have some meals from the supermarket. Next up, fitness. In Italy last year I only had the one run, but this time round I had 6 runs, and with most of them I did feel really strong. As you would have also noticed, I did a lot of swimming and walking throughout the week, and now I'm going to put up my mileage for each of the 3 activities. So yeah, lots of running, lots of swimming, lots of walking, and one final thing. My watch for the first time ever states that I am in a productive stage, which shows just how much my fitness has stayed the same and in fact has improved on holiday. So yeah, I hope the tips which I've shared with you in this video will help you with staying healthy on holiday. But if you enjoy these videos, especially this one as this is such a long video for my usual ones, please do consider leaving a like and subscribing to the channel. I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.